Welcome back to another episode of the Canon on the Boomer Bust channel. I'm your host Terry, and today doing a reaction to episode 6 of Marvel's What If, and this is What If Killmonger Rescued Tony Stark. And I will say up front, this went in a different direction than I thought it would have, and so I really enjoyed that. I think overall Killmonger's plan was really smart and the way it played out. Now, I think one of the constant kind of feedback about this series is that these episodes could be longer. They could breathe more. I would say none is more true than this one. We don't even get a true ending, a true resolution, but also there's just so many cool concepts that come up with this that they could have really spent more time diving into it. And again, I think all these episodes could use more time, but this one definitely. But some of the imagery you get, like at the end of the day, Black Panther and all that is going to mean something different for people like me. But at the same time, I think everybody recognizes just how, like, I wouldn't say influential, but how impactful it is, because it's different than the norm. And we know what the norm is in this country. We know what the norm is in the MCU. So the vibrancy, the flavor, the spirit, the culture that comes with Black Panther that made it so successful is different. Every time you hear that music, anything you see with Wakanda is just very different. And so I just feel like, obviously having that a part of this episode just makes it a little more exciting. And so anyway, you get into this episode, and while I don't think in real MCU it made much sense, and again, people will go back and forth with me about the writing. The fact is, like I said before, like, wouldn't Killmonger have attacked the King T'Chaka at the UN? Like, wouldn't that have made more sense for him? Or even to stop what's his name, Zemo, from that attack? Like, all that would have made more sense. But anyway, that's fine. We're doing a what if. So what if, and this is where Killmonger is actually smart, and so he does the things that put him in position to make his play. And I love the way it played out. I even love the fact that he killed so many people so quickly. Like, this man was dropping bodies. Like, I'm surprised they didn't kill Obadiah Stane, but that's fine. He killed Rhodey. He killed T'Challa. He killed Tony. He killed, I was going to say Andy Serkis. What is this man? Claw? Like, he was not playing. And so I just like that they really stayed true to this idea of him just being kind of a cold-blooded killer. And again, his whole plan kind of worked out. And I like the way it just unfolded. Like, him having this idea for kind of this killer robot. And it wasn't, because it definitely looked like, oh, he's going to use Tony to make this robot and try to use it for his own evil purposes. But it went like 3 steps further than that, where, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to set up the situation with the vibranium exchange, and then I'm going to use, like, well, he wasn't really planning Tony's death, but he was using Rhodes' death as like a virtue signal to say, hey, let's build a bunch of these, start a war with Wakanda. So, and then I'm going to go to Wakanda and show them that I'm part of them. The only thing that kind of fell short was his revenge on King T'Chaka. I didn't really know how that was going to go, and it never happened. Now, you know, knowing Killmonger, he could 100% like poison him later or something, and then take over now that he's Black Panther. But at the end of the day, I think that's what kind of shows you that the time crunch hurts, because you don't get a true resolution. Like, there's so many things that, how many ways it could play out. And it's not that it's not a good idea to give us something to think about and imagine. Sometimes that's worth it. But I think with this property, you had a very linear story that you could have gave us a resolution to tell us how it played out, but you just didn't have enough time to. And then obviously they throw that out there with Shuri working with Pepper. The one thing I don't like is Shuri looked way younger. I don't know if she was supposed to be that young in the movies, but she, like, Letitia Wright doesn't come off that young. And so that was weird. But anyway, she's kind of working with Pepper, and we don't know how it's going to play out. And it's such an interesting story, but leaves you on the cliffhanger that's not going to really be resolved. But overall, like I said, I really enjoyed it. I really liked the way it played out. I liked the way the story was written. And again, we go to these places that are dark, like the MCU or Disney, whoever. Marvel is just really putting these dark, heavy themes in What If. And I'm cool with that. It's just interesting to me. I mean, you getting stuff that you would never see. And obviously Black Panther had a lot of social commentary, but even still, this was just like him killing Rhodes and then framing Tony and killing Tony. Like, it was a lot. So anyway, for me, I give it an A-. So go to the comment section, let me know what you think, share it around, get the conversation started. Thumbs up, subscribe, and remember, if you heard it here, it's official canon.